In this lesson, we'll discuss some settings we'll want to be mindful of when rendering our final animations. Once we have double-checked our animations to make sure they're solid, there are no kinks, we'll then want to prepare to render out our final images. So let's go ahead and understand some settings we'll want to be very mindful of so we can assure a very nice render. Firstly, go to our main toolbar. We'll want to scroll all the way down until we get to our Render Setup dialog. Underneath the Comment tab, here is where we can first determine how many frames are going to be rendered. Underneath that, you'll want to focus on Area to Render, making sure this is going to be set to View so you can render your entire view. Underneath this, we can tell Max our image size. So if you'd like to use your own custom size or several presets, you can go ahead and choose that from here. Next, if you added any special type of effects to your scene, you'll want to make sure that those are going to be toggled on. Underneath that, we can choose a scanline render under the preset dropdown. Then, once we have double-checked these settings, we would then go to the rendering menu, down to batch render, and add a batch render. From there, you can go to your output path and make sure that you first give it a name, followed by your image format, whether Targa or TIFF. You could even use AVI or .mov, but I wouldn't recommend using those because if anything happens to your render, let's say unfortunately it crashes, well then you can't get those videos back. So just make sure you use something other than those. Alright, well, once that's done, you'll then save this out, and then you'll make sure that your camera is chosen from the camera drop-down. That's very important. You don't want to render from the wrong camera because that can be very annoying. And then from there, you'd simply be ready to click Render. So it's as simple as that. And again, just double-checking those settings can assure that everything will work well for you when it comes time to do your final work on your animation, which is rendering it out and preparing it to be viewed by an audience. And that brings us to the end of Introduction to Animation in 3ds Max. For the past few hours, we learned much about Max's robust animation tools and how to utilize those tools creatively in a wide range of projects. Together we attained a sound foundation of Max's animation workflow to later build upon, and we did it in an enjoyable way. To continue your education and expand your skill set, I'd encourage you to visit us online where you'll find all of the latest announcements. Built on educational values, Digital Tutor started with a simple vision in mind to help new and experienced artists become more productive by learning new software and production techniques. We've been a leading online resource for free video-based content and have been instrumental in aiding millions of artists on a daily basis. Learn more about the multitude of training solutions we offer for various areas of the production pipeline at digitaltutors.com.